So why am I doing this? Why do I risk being misunderstood and resented by this school's student body and staff? I'm doing this because I know how much you can learn from people, from all people, especially the mentally handicapped. I know this because every morning I wake up and I come downstairs and I sit across from my sister, quietly eating her Cheerios. And as I sit down, she sets her spoon down on the table and she looks at me. Her strawberry blonde hair hanging over her freckled face almost completely hides the question mark-shaped scar above her ear from her brain surgery 2 years ago. She looks at me and she smiles. She's got a beautiful smile. Lights up her face. Her front 2 teeth are faintly stained from the years of intense epilepsy medication, but I don't notice that anymore. I lean over to her and say, "Good morning, Olivia." She stares at me for a moment and says quickly, "Good morning, Soren," and goes back to her Cheerios. I sit there for a minute, thinking about what to say. "What do you want to do at school today, Olivia?" She looks up again. "I'm going to see Mr. B," she replies loudly, hugging herself slightly and looking up. Mr. B is her gym teacher, and perhaps her favorite man outside of our family on the entire planet, and Olivia is thoroughly convinced that she will be having gym class every day of the week. I like to view it as wishful thinking. So she finishes her Cheerios and grabs her favorite blue backpack and waits for her bus driver, Miss Debbie, who, like clockwork, arrives at our house at exactly 7 o'clock each morning. She gives me a quick hug goodbye and runs excitedly to the bus, ecstatic for another day of school. And I watch the bus disappear around the turn, and I can't help but remember the jokes. The short bus. The retard rocket. No matter what she does, no matter how much she loves those around her, she will always be the butt of some immature kid's joke. She will always be the butt of some mature kid's joke. She will always be the butt of some adult's joke. By no fault of her own, she will spend her entire life being stared at and judged, despite the fact that she will never hate, never judge, never make fun of, never hurt. She will never be accepted. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I don't think you understand how much you hurt others when you hate. And maybe you don't realize that you hate, but that's what it is. Your preemptive dismissal of them, your dehumanization of them, your mockery of them, it's nothing but another form of hatred. It's more hateful than racism, more hateful than sexism, more hateful than anything. I'm doing this so that each and every one of you, student or teacher, thinks before the next time you use the word retard, before the next time you shrug off someone else's use of the word retard. Think about the mentally handicapped and those who love them. If you have to, think of my sister. Think about how she can find more happiness in the blowing of a bubble and the watching of it float away than most of us in here will find in our entire lifetime. Think about how she will always love everyone unconditionally. Think about how she will never hate. Then think about which one of you is retarded. Maybe this has become more of an issue today because society is changing, slowly to be sure, but changing nonetheless. The mentally handicapped aren't being locked in their families' basements anymore. The mentally handicapped aren't rotting like criminals in institutions. Our fellow human beings are walking among us, attending school with us, entering the workforce with us, asking for nothing but acceptance, giving nothing but love. As we become more accepting and less hateful, more and more handicapped individuals will finally be able to participate in the society that has shunned them for so long. You will see more of them working in places, though, at Dominic's, at Jewel, at Walmart. Someday, I hope more than anything, one of these people that you see will be my sister. I want to leave you with one last thought. I didn't ask to have a mentally handicapped sister. She didn't choose to be mentally handicapped. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I have learned infinitely more from her simple words in love than I have in any classroom of higher education. I only hope that one day each of you will open your hearts enough to experience true unconditional love, because that is the only thing that any of them want to give. I hope that someday someone will love you as much as Olivia loves me. I hope that someday you will love somebody as much as I love her. I love you, Olivia.